Well, we're back on the road again today, a special episode from Singapore. I'm taking on the rail corridor. It's 24 kilometers. It's the longest hike in Singapore, going from the south to the north. You can see I'm just walking through this beautiful neighborhood to get to the start here. Also known as a green corridor, divided into 3 sections. We're going to do all 3 today. Right, time to get going. So I'm told on this trail that there's still a lot of places that are not finished yet, and I've barely set off and I've already discovered that big sign saying danger, keep out here. Parts of the trail are supposed to be really well developed and other parts are still very much in the making. Okay, let's see if I can get back on the trail again.
You can choose to start the trail in the south and hike north, or vice versa. I started in the south at Outram Park MRT station and walked down to Spottiswoode Park to kick off the day. With engineering work on the new MRT station in full flow, I was forced onto the highway to make my way to the trailhead.
I think I made a few mistakes just even starting to start here, and now I find myself being a long way from what you could term a green corridor. Look above me here. But I'm trying to find the start of where the trail begins.
Before long, I spot the first signs of the old railway.
So I've just seen a cyclist come out from this hole here, and I'm presuming this is going to take me down to the rail corridor. But for now, it's, as you can see, a constricted area.
A better way to get to the trailhead is from Kampong Baru Road that takes you to Singapore Station. Once on it, it's pretty straightforward. Just follow the red path.
Well, I've done the first few kilometres along the track. I've got to say, it's very quick going and quite pleasant walking. You are literally going through a green corridor, as I can show you right here. But I can hear the traffic, which is just on my left on this side here. I can't see it, but I can hear it. I'm guessing it's just a few hundred meters, if not even that, away from a major highway. But so far, it's very pleasant. Doesn't feel like I'm in the city. So if you look up and around, you can see just beyond the trees, there are plenty of buildings. Okay, well, I think it's going to take me about, I don't know, maybe 5 hours at this pace at the moment. We'll see if the trail stays as flat and as easygoing as this.
Although the southern section does not afford many great views, I found plenty of wildlife in spite of the number of people using it. Keep an eye out on the path. I mistook this black-necked spitting cobra in front of me for a bike in a tube until it raised its head toward me away.
So here we've arrived at the beginning of the central stage. That's the southern stage done. To be honest with you, the southern stage, well, it was 10 kilometers along a straight track. It took a little bit of finding to get started, but once we got going, it was pretty straightforward. Okay, the next section is just 4 kilometers. It's going to be very busy. This is the most popular section. Time is now about 10:30. It's starting to heat up a little bit, but it's not been too hot so far. Time to get going.
The path changes from a porous concrete to gravel on the central section, with some old historic buildings to have a poke around. It also gets much busier, as there are MRT stations either end for easy access.
So I'm just coming to a barrier that stops us keep going on this trail, but fortunately, just out of the blue, I bumped into a drone and phone fan in Singapore who's given me directions on how to get back. So we're going to go along the road for a little bit, down to the MRT station, and hopefully we'll find a way back on.
At the end of the central section, there's a line of shops and restaurants, making it a perfect place to stop for midday refreshments. Until they finish the refurbishments of the start of the northern section, you have to walk along a road to find a path that will get you back on track.
Well, look at that, an empty trail. We found it and we're back on it at the northern section. We're expecting, or I'm expecting, far fewer people than in the last section, the central section. That was just 4K, but very busy. Did have a few things to look at, but gotta say nothing really particularly special. For this part we should be a little bit more rural, less people, but there's going to be parts of this section that are not complete, and I don't know how that's going to turn out. 10 kilometers to go to get this thing done.
Not only do the crowds thin out, but also the infrastructure along the northern section.
This is the first road we've had to cross so far, which is pretty remarkable given the fact that we've travelled, or we've walked a fair part across Singapore, but now we're back on the trail. I've got to say, I like this surface. From the surfaces we've been on so far, this feels much more natural and easier to walk on.
It's a great way to see a different side of Singapore, though you are never too far from the familiar tower blocks.
Well, it's just starting to rain a little bit, and it's very welcome considering how hot it's been. It's really been a trail of two halves. I mean, look at this. If I point this way and point behind, I haven't passed a single person in the last 15 minutes or so. The first half, it was just really crowded and difficult to hike in some circumstances because of the bikes coming flying past you and people getting in the way on the trail. Whereas here, absolutely nobody.
Fortunately for me, the heavy rain clouds stayed away, though as I learnt that very night, you should always be prepared for rain and storms in Singapore.
Well, we've got about 4K to do, and unfortunately the last 4K, much of it is going to be along this road that you can see that I'm walking along here. There is a sign saying that the trail will be finished by December 2022, so I guess I'm just going to have to come back to finish it off some other time. Okay, 4 last K to go.
The renovation of the trail will finish at the MRT station, but for now there is still a small path through the jungle to the original finish at Rainbow Bridge. This for me was a jewel of the crown, taking you through thick rainforests alive with animals, birds and flowers.
That was a really fun finish. I've got as far as I can go. You can see the Rainbow Bridge behind me. I cannot get onto it, it seems to be blocked, but that demarcates the end of the trail. I've done now 29 kilometers. I've still got a little ways to go to get back, so it's going to be a good 30-kilometer hike. If you're coming to Singapore just for 1 or 2 days, I'd highly recommend this as a way to see the city. If you're from Singapore, you've got better suggestions, please drop a comment down below. If you're finding this for the first time as well, if you're from Singapore, we have a lot more videos on our website at droneandphone.com, and also on our YouTube channel by searching Drone and Phone on YouTube. For now, my name's DJ, and this is Drone and Phone.